All right, well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Connection Hangout. This week, we're going to be doing a training on the technology behind the Connection Hangout, and that would be Google Hangouts. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Google Hangouts is a fantastic communication platform that allows you to do video conferencing, multi-point video conferencing with anyone with an internet connection and a PC with a webcam and microphone anywhere in the world. Let me talk a little bit about what the requirements are. Again, you have to have a computer that has a webcam and a microphone. Most computers nowadays, especially if you've got a laptop, have these built right in. Okay, we're gonna make a recommendation if you want to get a better picture quality here in just a second. But you also have to have a Google Plus account. Now, there's no charge for this. You don't have to have a Gmail account. You can register using a different email account, and we'll talk about that and how to do so in a minute. And then you have to have a decent internet connection. The faster, the better. If possible, have a hardwired Ethernet connection going right into the wall. But if your Wi-Fi is fairly decent, then you can use that. A lot of us use that weekly on the Connection Hangout. And then you're going to need people to talk to. You're going to have to go find a friend. So, and in our case, with the C, if you're building business, prospects. Okay. And again, what's great about it is that now you've just expanded your ability to reach out to pretty much anyone, anywhere in the world. The recommended web browser is Chrome because Google makes Chrome, right? As Google makes the Hangout. So I think it's probably optimized for Hangout. So encourage you to do that. By the way, if you see these little QR codes on screen, it will save you a little bit of time, giving you a direct link to where you can, in this case, grab Google Chrome. So you may want to have your smartphone handy because it'll just allow you to scan that QR code in, and you'll be able to have that website direct address in your history there. Now, the recommended webcam is the Logitech C920. They're about $100 retail, but if you search hard enough, you could probably find them for $60 or so, maybe $60 to $80. They're great, high definition. They work also great with Skype. And they've got dual stereo microphones built in, but the optics makes the camera crystal clear. If you've watched some of our recent Google Hangouts, you'll see that David and I have been using this camera, and it is great. Again, there's another QR code if you want to scan in the direct website to go directly here for more information on the C1 or the C920. Okay, step one, set up a Google Plus account. Now you can do that by going to plus.google.com. I apologize, it's not on screen. I should have typed it out and put it on screen. But again, plus.google.com, and you can scan this QR code in, and that will take you directly there. Oh, looked like it was just animated. Okay. All right. So again, plus.google.com will get you there. Okay. Now, after you've got your Google Plus account set up, then you want to go to plus.google.com/hangouts. And this will take you directly to the Google Hangout page. And once you're there, you can start a Hangout. You can do it right away. So again, this is going to take you all of just a few minutes, guys, to get set up and be rocking and rolling. So again, you're going to be there at the plus.google.com/hangouts page. And this is what you're going to see, okay? And on the right side, this is where you can start a Google Hangout. You can either search for people and then go ahead and ring them up, or you can just click on Start a Video Hangout and start it, and then invite people, from that point forward, okay? So let's say we did just say start a Hangout. As soon as you start it, it's going to give you a link to share. So that link in the top, that URL, you can copy and paste that into an email, for example, and all someone would have to do is click on that, and they would be connected to you. They'd be in the Hangout. You can also invite people who already have a Google Plus account. Just type in their name or their Google Plus email address that they used when they registered, and you'll be able to invite them just by typing it in where it's underneath where it says send invite. If you want, you could require guests to be at least 18 years old, and you do the quiet invitation, but don't even worry about that stuff. Just go ahead, and as soon as you start typing in people's names and you're finished, click on the invite button and they'll be sent the invite. So for example, if I'm when I invite David each week, I type his name, and once you get to a certain point, you'll see your person. They can just select them, click on them, and then they'll be added to your list, and you can keep adding people. So this is what it looks like once you're in the Hangout and your other party's connected. You'll see yourself down in the lower right, and in this case, you'll see what I look like in the morning, and so yeah, and there's that. So anyways, this is what it'll look like when you're talking to somebody. And if you put your mouse pointer anywhere over the center of the screen, okay, you're going to see these buttons fly out on the left and at the top of the screen. Okay, and we'll talk a little about what these buttons do. First off, the first one is an invite button. So if you want to invite more people, okay, to the Hangout, you could click on that, and it would pull up in another invite screen, and you can type in more people's names, or recopy the link if you need it. The next couple of buttons will allow you to mute either your microphone so people don't hear you, or you can mute your camera so they don't see you. Okay, it'll grab whatever picture that you uploaded to your Google Plus profile. Okay, that's what will end up being shown in the main screen area. And then the last button that you're going to want to be familiar with is the little gear here. That's your settings button. Okay, so let me click on that. Click on the settings button, and you're going to see that it's going to allow you to select a webcam. If you, for example, if you get the Logitech C920, this will give you an option to drop it down, and you would have to select that C920. Okay, so in other words, if you're like going, oh, the video doesn't look really different, it's probably because you didn't select it. Sometimes people had an older webcam and it's still stuck here, so they're not getting video. This is the first place I would look. Okay. Also, the microphone. If you're using a different microphone, an external microphone, you're not getting, people aren't hearing you. This is where you could drop this down and select whichever one you want, as well as for your speakers. If you're using external speakers as well, this is where you would select all those things, and then click save, and you're done. Okay. Also, the toolbar here on the left has different apps, if you will. So that's another really cool thing about Google Hangouts, is that there's additional apps you can install to give your Hangout even more power. So I'm going to talk about a couple of ones we use on the Connection Hangout. First one, and first of all, to get to more apps, you can click on the little three dots here, also known as ellipses, and you'll get a little menu that pops out. Click on Add Apps, and you'll see you've got a bunch of different apps to choose from. One of the first ones we use here is what's called the Hangout Toolbox, and that's what puts that cool little name and whatever underneath it. You can put it someone's title. We usually put where the person's connecting from, okay, the geographic location. But just click on, select it, in this case the Hangout Toolbox, and it will go ahead and install that. Okay. We also use one called Google Effects as well, so I'll talk a little bit more about that one here in a second. Okay, but when you install the Hangout Toolbox, okay, the button, it looks like a little lunchbox, should appear on your toolbar, but also should automatically, as soon as after it installs, put up the Hangout Toolbox here on the right side of your screen. Now, where do you want to click on is this little silhouette of a person with a circle around them, okay, and that will take you to the section where you can put in what we call a lower third that I had mentioned. So you're going to type, your name will probably already be there because it's pulling this right from your Google Plus account. Okay, and then in the tagline section here, what you want to do is type in, your title, or again, like what we usually do is we type in the location of where we're connecting from. So I'll type in where I'm at this particular moment in time, Honolulu, Hawaii, and then you want to click the off switch to on. So go up here and click on the on, or click it to on, and then everyone will see underneath your face your name. Now you're just going to see it inverted. It'll be backwards and inverted underneath yours, but everyone else will see a nice little banner underneath that says your name and whatever you typed underneath for the tagline. Okay. Now, another thing here I want to talk about is screen sharing. That's this little green screen with the arrow on it. When you click on that, okay, this button right here, and it says screen share when you hold your pointer over it. When you click on that, it will give you the option of sharing your entire screen or any open windows that you may have, any programs that are open. You can just select to share that window only. Okay. For most of the time, because a lot of people like to go full screen with PowerPoint, things like that, we just say use the entire screen. Okay, and then once you do that, okay, then it's going to share your screen. Now, if you still have the Hangout up, then it's going to do this sort of infinite looking loop because it's showing your screen, top of your screen, top of your screen. It'll just like go, okay, right into your monitor there, infinitely. So what you want to do is just go ahead and minimize your Google Plus window, and then go ahead and launch your PowerPoint or your presentation. If it was already open, go and switch over to that proper application. All right. Let's see, what else did I want to share here? Another app. Okay, so going back to the ellipses and add apps. Again, scrolling all the way to the bottom, you're going to see Google Effects. This is a fun one to do, and it adds some life to it, as a lot of people know who's tuned into our Connection Hangout program. What we do is we scroll through the effects. You've got like little things you can do visually, put hats on yourself and glasses and beards and things like that. It's kind of fun. But we usually use the sounds for clapping, for laughter, for ta-da, all those kind of things. So you could do that. Again, it's just there to add some fun, some life, live a little. You find that when you're fun, people want to have fun with you. So Google Effects is the app for that. All right. That's pretty much a quick little tour, the basics of using Google Hangouts. I encourage you to, if you need to watch this quick little training again, but to just start using it. Call phone a friend, okay, and say, look, we got to try this Hangout thing, and next thing you know, it could start going viral. I mean, that's really what's happened, in the course of less than a year here with Google Hangouts being really usable and going, being for free and widespread and no limits of users. In an upcoming training, what I'll do is I'll talk about how to create an on-air broadcast using Hangouts. That gives you the ability to broadcast to an unlimited number of viewers, again, globally, and there's no additional charge for that either. Okay, just a little bit of more additional knowledge on how to set that up, and I'll share how we set it up so that we're actually broadcasting through a Facebook page if you want to do that. Okay, so that'll be in an upcoming training. But again, I want to encourage you to get out there and hang out with as many people as you can. Share the ASEA story, and we'll look forward to talking to you on the next training. See you later. Take care, everybody.